In today's fast-paced world, we're constantly on the go, racing to meet deadlines, chasing productivity, and pushing ourselves to the limit. But what if I told you that the key to achieving more and living a healthier, happier life wasn't about doing more, but about taking a pause? What if the secret to success was in resting, recharging, and allowing yourself to slow down? Hello and welcome to Empowered Journey. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. I know life can get busy, and sometimes we feel like we can't afford to stop. But today, we're going to explore how important it is to take a step back, slow down, and embrace the power of rest, not just for your body, but for your mind as well. I can relate to this more than I'd like to admit. There was a time when I believed that working nonstop was the only way to achieve my goals. I thought if I didn't keep pushing, I'd fall behind. But recently, after a period of burnout, I realized something. Rest isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. I had to learn the hard way that overworking isn't sustainable, and that the only way to show up as my best self is to give my body and mind the time they need to recharge. Since then, I've made a conscious decision to prioritize rest, and let me tell you, the difference it's made has been nothing short of profound. As always, this podcast is here to inspire, motivate, and help you take actionable steps toward a more balanced, fulfilling life. Today, we're diving into the importance of rest, how it not only restores our energy, but enhances our productivity, creativity, and mental health. So, if you've ever felt guilty about taking a break or unsure of how to slow down, this episode is for you. Let's explore how embracing rest can be the game changer you didn't know you needed. In today's world, we're constantly told that success is all about hustle. We're conditioned to believe that the more we do, the more we achieve. We push ourselves harder, work longer hours, and stretch ourselves thin, thinking it's the only way to reach our goals. But what if I told you that true success doesn't come from endless effort? It comes from knowing when to pause, to rest, and to recharge. Rest is not a luxury, and it's certainly not a sign of weakness. In fact, it's one of the most important things you can do for your well-being and your productivity. When we take the time to rest, we are giving ourselves permission to reset, refuel, and come back stronger. We're not just recharging our bodies, we're rejuvenating our minds and our creativity. Think about this. How many times have you pushed yourself to the limit only to feel mentally and physically drained, unable to focus, or even make decisions? We all go through it. The endless cycles of work, stress, and pressure can make us forget that our minds and bodies aren't machines. They need rest to function at their best. Without it, we start to burn out, and our performance, creativity, and even relationships begin to suffer. Taking time to rest is not about being lazy or avoiding work. It's about being smart and recognizing that rest is an investment in your long-term success. It's a form of self-care that allows you to approach your tasks with renewed energy, sharper focus, and more clarity. When you prioritize rest, you're prioritizing yourself, your health, your happiness, and your future. Today, we'll be diving into how rest can help you perform better in all areas of your life. I want to share with you how taking intentional breaks, practicing self-care, and understanding the power of recharging can make a world of difference in your productivity and mental health. By the end of this episode, I hope you'll understand that rest is not the opposite of hard work. It's the fuel that makes everything else possible. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let's talk about why giving yourself permission to rest is one of the most important steps you can take towards a healthier, happier, and more successful life. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of everyday life, especially when society constantly pushes us to be more productive, more efficient, and more successful. We're often made to feel that if we're not working, we're somehow falling behind. But the truth is, this constant hustle can actually be counterproductive. The more you push yourself without taking time to recharge, the less effective you become. Think of your mind and body like a phone battery. If you're always using it without ever charging it, eventually the battery runs out and it stops working. Similarly, if you're constantly running on empty without taking the time to rest, you begin to lose your energy, creativity, and focus. Over time, this leads to burnout, fatigue, and even physical ailments. The idea that rest is for the weak is not only outdated, but also harmful. Rest, in all its forms, is essential for maintaining your mental and physical health. Whether it's sleep, a day off, or even just a few moments of mindfulness, these breaks are the key to helping you stay energized and focused. Without proper rest, you're not allowing your body and mind to process information, heal, and regain the strength needed to tackle your tasks effectively. There's also something incredibly powerful about allowing yourself to slow down. It opens up space for self-reflection, creativity, and clarity. When you step away from your work, you give your brain the chance to make new connections and come up with solutions that you might miss in the midst of a hectic schedule. In fact, many of the world's greatest innovators, like Albert Einstein and Steve Jobs, found their most brilliant ideas during moments of rest and relaxation. But here's the thing. Rest isn't just about taking breaks during the workday or scheduling time off. It's about incorporating rest into your daily routine in a way that supports your overall well-being. It's about knowing when to step back and recognizing that taking care of yourself isn't a luxury, but a necessity. When we prioritize rest, we're not just improving our productivity, we're improving our quality of life. So, the next time you feel guilty for taking a break, remember that your rest is just as important as your work. It's the secret weapon that helps you show up better in everything you do. And when you finally understand this, you'll realize that rest is not a sign of weakness, it's a strategy for success. I want to take you back to a time when I was living in a state of constant hustle. It was a time when I believed that in order to be successful, I had to keep pushing myself, no matter the cost. I would wake up early, work late, and even stay up past midnight just to finish one more task. I was so consumed with my to-do list that I stopped listening to my body, and worse, I stopped listening to myself. I remember this one particular week. It felt like everything was falling apart. I had multiple projects to manage, clients to meet, and a never-ending stream of emails and messages. My calendar was packed from morning to night, and I wore my busy schedule like a badge of honor. I thought I was being productive, that I was doing the right thing. But truth be told, I was exhausted, physically, emotionally, and mentally. I had no energy left, but still I pushed forward, telling myself that if I just kept working a little harder, a little longer, things would get better. The turning point came on a Friday afternoon. I had a meeting scheduled, and I was already dreading it. My brain felt foggy, and my thoughts were scattered. I could hardly focus on the conversation. I remember sitting in the meeting room nodding, but not really hearing anything. My body was there, but my mind was elsewhere, completely drained. When the meeting ended, I knew something had to change. I was on the verge of burnout, and I knew if I didn't do something about it, I'd crash. So, I made a decision. I would take a full weekend off, no work, no emails, no distractions. At first, the idea of stepping away felt almost impossible. I had so much on my plate, and my internal voice was screaming that I couldn't afford to rest. But I realized something important. I had already been working nonstop for weeks, and the results were diminishing. I wasn't being effective, and I certainly wasn't enjoying what I was doing anymore. So, I disconnected. I turned off my phone, set my laptop aside, and spent the entire weekend doing nothing work-related. I went for long walks, read a book that had nothing to do with my career, and spent time with friends without thinking about deadlines or meetings. It wasn't easy at first. My mind kept wandering back to the tasks I hadn't completed, the things I needed to catch up on. But as the hours went by, I felt a shift happening inside me. The pressure began to lift, and I could breathe a little easier. When Monday morning came, I was ready. I went back to work feeling more refreshed than I had in weeks. The energy I had been desperately searching for suddenly returned, and I could think clearly again. My productivity skyrocketed. I found myself coming up with creative solutions to problems I'd been struggling with, and I even enjoyed the work I was doing again. That weekend of rest made all the difference. Looking back, that experience taught me something I wish I had learned sooner. Rest isn't a luxury or a sign of weakness. It's a necessity. It's a tool for growth and productivity. For the longest time, I thought that in order to succeed, I had to be constantly working, constantly grinding. But the truth is, our minds and bodies need time to recharge in order to be at their best. I know I'm not alone in this. So many of us fall into the trap of thinking that rest is unproductive, or that we can only take breaks when everything is perfect. We push ourselves until we're running on empty, and then we wonder why we're not seeing the results we want. But the reality is, we can't pour from an empty cup. Rest isn't the enemy of productivity, it's the foundation of it. So here's what I learned. When you're feeling overwhelmed, burnt out, or stuck, taking a break isn't just an option, it's essential. It's okay to step away, even if you feel like you have a million things to do. In fact, it's in those moments of stillness that the clarity and energy you need to move forward often appear. It's about finding balance. It's about understanding that you don't need to work yourself into the ground to achieve your goals. Sometimes, taking a step back is the best thing you can do for your productivity and your mental health. That weekend of rest wasn't just a break, it was a wake-up call. It was a reminder that self-care isn't a luxury. It's a critical part of the journey toward success. So, if you're in a place where you're feeling drained, overwhelmed, or stuck, I encourage you to take that step back. Rest is not a waste of time. It's an investment in yourself, and when you come back, you'll be amazed at how much more you can accomplish. Just like I was. I want to begin by acknowledging something so important, something that you might not hear often enough. You are worthy of taking care of yourself. And I know that sometimes it's easy to forget that. In the rush of life, especially when you're juggling responsibilities and commitments, it feels like there's always something that needs your attention. But trust me when I say this, you are not only allowed to rest, you need it. Rest isn't a luxury. It's a vital part of staying healthy, focused, and energized. So let's explore some actionable tips today that will help you honor your need for rest and recharging, because you absolutely deserve it. First and foremost, sleep is not just something you do at the end of the day. It's the foundation of your overall well-being. I can't stress enough how crucial it is to make sleep a priority. When you get enough rest, your mind resets, your body regenerates, and you wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the world. But let's be real. In today's world, it's easy to compromise on sleep. We have so much to do, and sometimes sleep just seems like the thing we can afford to skip. But here's the thing. If you keep ignoring your sleep, your body will eventually remind you. Whether it's through exhaustion, irritability, or mental fog, your body will eventually say, enough. So, I encourage you to prioritize sleep. Set a bedtime routine that calms your mind and body. If you struggle to fall asleep, consider winding down an hour before you plan to sleep. Limit screen time, read a book, or practice a relaxation technique. Your body will thank you in the morning. Getting enough sleep isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. By resting, you're allowing your body to function at its highest capacity. Secondly, we live in a world that's always on the go, and it's easy to feel like you have to work straight through the day to stay productive. But here's something I want you to consider. Taking short breaks throughout your workday is not only important, it's essential for your productivity. It might seem counterintuitive. After all, shouldn't you be working harder to achieve more? But trust me, those brief pauses will actually help you focus better and accomplish tasks faster. It could be as simple as taking 5 minutes to step away from your desk, stretch, take a few deep breaths, or even step outside for a bit of fresh air. You're not being lazy by taking breaks. You're giving yourself permission to recharge. And by doing so, you'll return to your tasks feeling refreshed, more creative, and more focused. So I encourage you to schedule these breaks. Treat them as non-negotiable. It's okay to take a step back, because when you return, you'll do so with greater clarity and energy. Sometimes, the most productive thing you can do is give your mind space to rest. This is where mindful relaxation comes in. It could be as simple as taking a few minutes to close your eyes and breathe deeply, letting go of any tension you're holding. Or you could practice meditation, even if it's just for a few minutes. Mindful relaxation doesn't require you to completely stop everything. It's about creating small moments of peace throughout your day, pauses that allow you to connect with yourself. These moments will help clear the mental clutter and restore your sense of calm. It's not about doing nothing. It's about intentionally giving your mind the space it needs to reset. Take this advice seriously. Practice mindful relaxation, whether you're at home, at work, or even on the go. You deserve it. It's so important to reconnect with activities that bring you joy and replenish your energy. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, engaging in a creative hobby, or getting outside for a walk, these activities are your chance to recharge your emotional and mental batteries. Sometimes we get caught in the cycle of work and forget that these simple activities bring us life. They nourish our spirit, rejuvenate our mood, and remind us of the beauty in the world. So today, I want you to think about what fills you up with energy. Is it playing an instrument? Is it cooking your favorite meal? Is it hiking or reading a book? Find what nourishes your soul and make time for it. When you give yourself permission to engage in these activities, you are honoring your need for rest and refueling your body and mind. You can't pour from an empty cup, so let's make sure your cup is full. One of the biggest challenges many of us face is setting boundaries. Work demands our attention, but so does our personal life. It's easy to feel like everything needs to be a priority, but here's the truth. You cannot do everything all at once. You are human, and there's only so much of you to go around. So, it's time to learn how to say no or not right now when necessary. Protect your time. Rest is not selfish. It's an act of self-preservation. You have the right to step back, to take breaks, and to enjoy life outside of work. Setting boundaries isn't just about saying no to others. It's about saying yes to yourself. I want you to feel empowered in this. You are allowed to rest, to recharge, and to take care of yourself. You are not required to be constantly on, constantly giving, constantly performing. Your value isn't tied to how much you do. Your value is inherent in who you are. Taking care of yourself allows you to show up as your best, most vibrant self, ready to contribute your unique gifts to the world. So, here's what I want you to take away from today. You deserve rest. Your well-being matters. You don't have to be on all the time. By prioritizing sleep, scheduling breaks, practicing mindful relaxation, engaging in recharging activities, and setting boundaries, you're not just being kind to yourself. You're giving yourself the tools to live a fuller, healthier, and more productive life. You can absolutely make rest a priority, and I believe that when you do, you'll be amazed at the positive changes that unfold in your life. Take this moment to remind yourself, you are worthy of rest. Let's make self-care a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Your mind, body, and spirit will thank you. I completely understand how you feel. Life is busy, and it often feels like there's always something that needs your attention. Maybe there's a project at work, personal commitments, or simply the pressure of never-ending tasks. It's easy to think that slowing down or taking a break is a luxury, something that's reserved for those who have time to waste. But I want you to know, rest is not a waste. In fact, it's a necessity. I know it's hard. I've been there myself. You feel like if you stop, everything will pile up and you'll fall behind. But here's the truth. When you don't take breaks, you're actually making it harder for yourself in the long run. When we push ourselves too hard without recharging, we lose focus, creativity, and even motivation. We end up feeling drained, frustrated, and unproductive. But when we allow ourselves to step back, to pause, it's like giving our minds and bodies the fuel they need to come back stronger, more focused, and more energized. I want to remind you that taking a break is not about being lazy. It's about honoring yourself. It's about making sure that when you do show up, you're giving it your best, not from a place of exhaustion, but from a place of energy, clarity, and well-being. And you deserve that. Sometimes we forget how much we matter in the grand scheme of things. But I want you to know, you are worth investing in. You deserve to be well-rested, clear-headed, and energized. When you take the time to recharge, you are not only taking care of yourself, you're also ensuring that you can show up better for the people around you, for your work, and for all the things that matter to you. So, when it feels like there's no time to stop, remind yourself, you are not running a race against time. You're building a life that works for you. And that life includes moments of rest. You are capable of this. You can take those small moments of rest and you'll feel the benefits in ways you might not expect at first. And remember, I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. You don't have to do this alone. Together, we can make rest a natural part of your routine, and I believe in your ability to make it happen. Today, I want you to really take in this powerful affirmation. Rest is an act of self-care, and by taking time to recharge, I am investing in my future productivity, creativity, and peace of mind. Now, let's pause for a moment and really sit with this. I want you to understand that rest is not a luxury. It is an essential part of your success. Rest isn't a sign of weakness. It is a powerful, intentional choice you make to ensure that you're able to perform at your best. It's not about retreating or being lazy. It's about giving yourself the space to replenish what you've used, to reset, and to come back stronger, more focused, and more resilient. Think about it this way: your body and mind are your greatest assets. Without them, everything you're striving to achieve would be impossible. Just like a car needs fuel or a phone needs charging, you too need rest to recharge. When you embrace rest as an essential part of your daily routine, you're making a commitment to your own growth and well-being. You're telling yourself, I deserve to be at my best, and I will do what it takes to get there. When you think about it, rest doesn't take away from your progress. In fact, it fuels it. It is the foundation upon which you can build everything else. By taking the time to recharge, you allow yourself to refocus your energy, spark your creativity, and clear your mind for the challenges ahead. Rest creates the space for new ideas, innovative solutions, and a renewed sense of purpose. This mindset shift is essential because it's easy to get caught up in the idea that working harder and longer is the key to success. But the truth is, working smarter is what really leads to long-term success, and part of working smarter is knowing when to rest. We've been conditioned to think that productivity is only about doing more, but rest is the key to sustainable productivity. Without rest, you'll quickly burn out, lose focus, and your effectiveness will diminish. But with regular rest, you create the energy you need to continue pursuing your goals with vigor and passion. Now, let's take this a step further. When you recharge, you're not just taking a break from your tasks, you're investing in yourself. Every time you rest, you are saying, I believe in my ability to succeed, and I will do what it takes to stay healthy, clear-headed, and energized to reach my full potential. You're investing in your mental and emotional well-being, and when you do that, you set yourself up for long-term success. Rest is not a sign of being behind, but rather a sign of being ahead. It's a strategic decision that will keep you moving forward, no matter the obstacles that come your way. When you embrace this mindset, you stop seeing rest as a disruption and start seeing it as a vital component of your journey to success. I want you to take a moment now and ask yourself, what would happen if I made rest a priority? What if I took time to recharge without guilt, knowing that every moment of rest was an investment in my future success? What could you accomplish if you gave yourself the space to rest, refuel, and recharge? The truth is, you have the power to create a life that balances both action and rest. And with this balance, you will be unstoppable. Rest is not the enemy of success. It is a fundamental part of the process. So, moving forward, I want you to hold on to this mindset. Rest is essential, not optional. And when you take the time to rest, you're giving yourself the gift of success. Let's make this a habit. When you rest, you're not just preserving your energy, you're honoring your potential, your creativity, and your well-being. This mindset shift will not only allow you to achieve your goals, but will also make the journey there much more fulfilling. Remember, your success isn't about how long you work or how hard you push yourself. It's about showing up with the best version of yourself, and that version is fueled by rest, balance, and self-care. So, give yourself permission to rest. You are worthy of the time to recharge. And when you do, you'll come back more powerful than ever before. And as you move through today and the days ahead, I want you to hold on to this truth. Taking time to rest is one of the most important decisions you can make for your success. Embrace it, and watch how it transforms not only your work, but your life as a whole. You've got this. Now I want to guide you through a powerful exercise that will help you connect with the importance of rest and recharging. This exercise is designed to help you not only reflect on areas where you might be pushing yourself too hard, but also allow your body and mind to truly experience the calming power of relaxation. Let's begin by taking a moment to reflect. Grab a notebook or open up your journal. I want you to write down one area of your life where you feel you're pushing yourself too hard. It could be work, relationships, personal goals, or even something as simple as trying to maintain a perfect routine. We all have something that tends to take more of our energy than it should. Once you've written it down, think deeply about how you feel in this area. Do you feel exhausted, overwhelmed, stressed? Now reflect on how taking rest, or simply slowing down in this area, could help you feel more balanced and energized. Can you picture yourself with more energy, doing the things you love without the constant pressure? Allow yourself to write out your thoughts, imagining what it would feel like if you embraced rest in this part of your life. Now that we've reflected on this, let's move into a more relaxed state. I want you to close your eyes and find a comfortable seat or lying position. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Feel the air filling your lungs, allowing your body to relax. Hold that breath for a moment, and then gently release it through your mouth. With each exhale, I want you to imagine that you are letting go of all the stress, tension, and worries you've been holding on to. Visualize that tension leaving your body, making space for calm and clarity. As you breathe in again, feel yourself filling up with peaceful energy. And as you breathe out, release any lingering doubts or exhaustion. Continue breathing slowly and deeply, focusing on the rhythm of your breath, letting the calmness wash over you with every inhale and exhale. Now I want you to picture yourself in a peaceful place, somewhere where you feel completely at ease. It could be lying on a beach with the sound of waves gently crashing, or perhaps resting in a quiet room with soft lighting and a warm blanket. Imagine yourself completely relaxed, free from all the distractions and stresses of daily life. Feel the peaceful energy filling you up, revitalizing your body and mind. Visualize yourself rejuvenated, full of fresh energy, ready to take on your goals with a calm, clear mind. See yourself standing up from this peaceful place, feeling refreshed and ready to step back into your life with a renewed sense of balance. As you continue breathing deeply, take a moment to savor this peaceful feeling. This is the power of rest, a moment to pause, recharge, and return to life with clarity and strength. Remember, you don't need to be constantly on the go to succeed. Taking breaks and allowing yourself rest will make you more productive, creative, and, most importantly, more at peace with yourself. Carry this sense of calm with you today and know that rest is not only okay, it's essential. Today, I want to encourage you to take a small but powerful step toward recharging. In the middle of our busy lives, it's easy to forget how important it is to slow down and give ourselves the space to rest. But right now, I challenge you to schedule just one period of rest in your day. It could be something as simple as taking a short nap, going for a walk, or even just turning off your phone for 15 minutes. Imagine this for a moment. After a brief break, you return to your tasks feeling refreshed, clear-headed, and ready to take on whatever comes your way. That's the power of rest. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity for your mind and body to function at their best. When we rest, we allow our brains to reset, helping us to be more creative, productive, and focused. I know it can be hard to justify taking a break when there's always something that needs doing. We often feel that if we stop, we'll fall behind. But the truth is, resting isn't about pausing progress. It's about fueling your long-term success. By giving yourself the chance to recharge, you are making sure that you can show up with more energy and focus, doing your best work. So right now, think about when in your day you can take that break. Set a reminder if you need to, but commit to taking that moment to rest. Whether it's a 10-minute walk, a few moments of deep breathing, or simply stepping away from your work for a few minutes, it will make a world of difference. Remember, recharging isn't selfish. It's essential for you to be the best version of yourself. When you rest, you are better able to show up for your work, your loved ones, and yourself. You deserve it. So today, take that first step. Schedule your rest and see how it transforms your day. I'd love to hear about your favorite ways to rest and recharge. What activities help you feel refreshed and re-energized? Feel free to share your thoughts or experiences with me on social media or through email. I truly value hearing from you, and it helps us all learn together. And if you enjoyed this episode, I'd be so grateful if you could leave a review. Your feedback not only encourages me to keep creating content, but also helps others discover how essential rest can be for their well-being. Thank you for your support. As we come to the end of today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect on the key takeaways. I want you to remember this. Rest is not a weakness. It's a powerful tool that can transform your life in ways you might not expect. It's something that not only rejuvenates your body, but also restores your mind, helps clear away mental fog, and gives you a fresh burst of energy to take on whatever life throws at you. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that taking a break is unproductive or indulgent. But the truth is, rest is essential for high performance. When we prioritize rest, we create space for creativity, focus, and overall well-being. Think about it. Have you ever been working on something for hours and found yourself feeling stuck or overwhelmed? You push through, hoping to power through it. But when you finally step away, whether it's for a nap, a walk, or just a few minutes of quiet, you return with a fresh perspective, clearer thoughts, and more energy to keep going. That's the magic of rest. It doesn't take away from your productivity. Instead, it enhances it. One of the biggest benefits of rest is how it positively impacts your mental health. When you're well rested, you're better able to manage stress, make decisions, and handle challenges without feeling overwhelmed. Rest helps calm your mind, allowing you to be more patient with yourself and others. It's in those moments of stillness that your mind can truly heal and reset, so that when you return to your tasks, you do so with renewed vigor and clarity. Mental health is just as important as physical health, and rest is one of the most powerful tools we have to take care of both. If you haven't already made rest a priority in your daily routine, I encourage you to start today. It doesn't have to be something dramatic. You don't need to take a whole day off, though that's great if you can. Sometimes just a few minutes to breathe deeply, take a short walk, or simply turn off your phone for a while is all it takes to recharge. Start with small steps and see how it makes a difference in your day. When you give yourself permission to rest, you're actually giving yourself permission to thrive. As Ariana Huffington once said, taking care of yourself is not self-indulgence, it's self-preservation. Let that sink in. Rest isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. By allowing yourself to recharge, you're protecting your energy and your mental clarity, ensuring that you can show up at your best for everything you do. It's not about escaping from life. It's about embracing life more fully and being present in the moment. Remember, the road to success isn't about running at full speed without stopping. It's about balance. And balance comes from knowing when to push forward and when to take a step back. By prioritizing rest, you're ensuring that you have the stamina to keep going, to keep growing, and to keep evolving. Rest gives you the energy to keep showing up as your best self in all areas of your life. So, take this moment to commit to rest. Commit to yourself. Commit to your well-being. Whether it's taking a break after a long workday, prioritizing sleep, or simply sitting in silence for a few minutes, make rest a part of your daily routine. You'll not only feel better, but you'll also see improvements in your productivity, creativity, and mental health. You are worthy of this time, and you deserve it. Now I want to leave you with this thought. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. By prioritizing your rest, you're not just taking care of your body and mind. You're investing in your future success and happiness. Take the time to rest, recharge, and return to life with energy, clarity, and focus. You are capable of achieving great things, and rest is the fuel that will help you get there. Thank you for joining me today. Take a moment to honor yourself by making rest a priority in your life. I can't wait to hear how it makes a difference for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this episode has inspired you to take time for yourself and prioritize rest. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, share it with someone who might need a reminder to rest, and leave a review. Your support helps us continue to create content that nurtures and inspires.